here we go.
Just trying to like, yeah, they do this thing sometimes where they like sip the tea.
They?
You know what I mean? Yeah, like.
Do you mean women?
No, well, men can sip tea too. Okay.
I know, but I mean like the Vine or not the TikTok.
Yeah,
I mean,
the TikTok of
it's
the
usually a
girl
woman.
who's sipping the tea. Yeah. Yeah, I was sort of being her. Because I had some tea to spill about this movie.
Is that a Visco girl?
I don't think so.
My sister showed me what Visco was, and I immediately forgot about it.
All I know about Visco Girl is
Save the Turtles.
and Save the Turtles. Hot Chip and Lie.
Is that enough that I can put it in the tags now?
Yes, yeah, Visco Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Get that, audience. They love this movie.
Oh no. Am I being haunted? Uh-oh, I think I hear a ghost.
You hear? What is that? Do you hear that? What is that?
What is that, huh?
Is that on your side or is that on my side?
It's actually our special guest. Who is it?
It's a horse. It's a ghost horse.
It's a ghost. It's the ghost of
Christmas horse.
It's the ghost of Christmas horse. Of Halloween horse.
So good to have you here. So good to have you here, horse. Halloween horse. So Duncan, we talked beforehand. I asked you to be in costume. You're in costume, right? I don't know how we're gonna sort of, but
I could put on my costume.
Well, I'm Why don't you go do that really quick, and then we'll both be in our very cool extravagant costumes.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Are you in your costume now?
Yeah, I'm in my costume. I've been in my costume the whole time.
Who are you? What is your costume of?
Well, I'm don't you know? Can't you see? Don't you know?
Oh, you're the Halloween horse, huh?
Yeah, I'm the Halloween horse. I've got a whole second person sitting behind me here just for the Halloween goofs.
And that's me. Yep, I'm the other half of the Halloween horse.
Yep, there it is. Yep, and there it is, guys. We're two halves of a horse, of the Halloween horse, for very far away.
It's one of those two-person horse costumes, except instead of the front and back, it's the left and right side of the horse.
Yeah, and both of us have our hands in and feet in the costume, and we're both like sort of on our hands and feet.
We're basically like ballroom dancing with our hands outstretched forward in front of us.
Yeah, essentially. And we both have like one half of one of those funny horse masks.
Mm-hmm.
And it is November 1st.
It is November 2nd, maybe.
Maybe. It is definitely not October 31st. But
we're a little late.
But you know what? That's how it's just gonna be sometimes. They always say like it's Halloween, it's Hallows Eve. Today's Hollow.
Today is Hollow. It's like if everybody celebrated Christmas Eve and just ignored Christmas.
Right, exactly. It doesn't make sense. See, like Halloween, you dress as who you aren't. Hollow, you dress as who you really are.
And we're both two halves of a horse.
Left horse, baby.
I'm right horse.
Right horse, left hoof.
So what movie did we watch?
We watched Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
Very, very appropriate movie for the season, huh?
Yeah, we definitely planned it out specifically around this movie, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. And then we realized
skip those couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly. We realized we weren't going to make it, so we skipped a couple of weeks to make sure we would make it.
Yeah, you want me to read the plot synopsis? The Hanson kids have major social engagements planned, but have all been grounded, so they're delighted when their mum gets a date, enabling them to sneak out unnoticed. However, their delight is short-lived when Brother Taylor suspects her new boyfriend is a bloodsucker.
Yeah, it's accurate.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Because they set her up on the date.
Right. She doesn't find the date. She gets set up on the date. She gets set up.
On a date with a vampire.
Mm-hmm. Which, like, this movie then goes on to make out vampires as, like, this sort of Red Scare type character.
So, here's the thing, Evan. Before Twilight, vampires were just 100% bad.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
almost
that's a good
universally.
point. Yeah. And then post-Twilight, vampires became this, like, cool thing to be. Like, it was, like, the place, the time, vampires, baby.
I've been seeing a lot of people defending Twilight online recently.
You mean, like, people saying, oh, Twilight's good, actually?
Yeah, like saying, like, oh, it's not that bad. People just hated it because girls liked it. And
well,
let me assure you, those movies are not good.
Yeah.
They're not a fun thing to watch.
They have very little to no cinematic value.
They color corrected all of the cinematic value out of that movie to make it green.
Yeah, they sort of went, okay, there's a lot of colors in this movie, a lot of different sort of looks. Let's just take them all out and make it only...
Can you make it look like there's a tornado about to happen constantly?
Always? Well, you know, if you think about it, that kind of mirrors what the movie was about. You know,
You're right. The storm inside of Edward.
Exactly. What if they found out?
Hidden. You remember how in those movies their family is like vegan vampires because they only drink deer blood from the forest? Yeah. That's incredible.
How do you manage that much? First of all, how do you manage that much blood? Obtaining it?
Who has more blood, deer or a person?
This is a good...
I think a deer has more blood.
That's a good point. Deers do have more blood, but you do have to run up to them and catch them. At least with humans, you can seduce them.
As we found out from this movie, vampires are really fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, vampires can teleport. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Light speed movement.
Yeah, it's kind of wacky, honestly. There's a really weird sequence where... Oh, he can also mind control people and make them stop doing things? That was weird.
That's a vampire thing.
Is that a vampire thing? Well,
yeah.
Well, I didn't know that was a vampire thing.
What did you think vampires were prior to this? Because I feel like you had sort of a skewed interpretation.
I don't know. I think I knew, like, vampires were this, like, monster evil sort of thing. But... like, I was assuming that because this was a Disney Channel movie, they were going to make it out to be like, oh, don't judge a book by its cover, you know, that sort of thing, and make the vampire actually this cool dude that these kids can get along with.
Right. Sort of, there's another DCOM, a really recent one called Zombies, I think.
Yeah.
That's sort of that idea.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, bold of me to assume... Disney wouldn't make a story about not trusting the men that your recently widowed mother, divorced mother. Thank you. All of the you know, not trusting any of the men that she brings and says, "Hey, I like this man." You know, I think the depth of the story goes as far as like, don't email people on the internet. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. But it sort of comes off much differently in the end, where, like, the mom starts to actually fall for this guy. And so then the movie turns into, like, don't trust your mom.
Here's the thing. The depth of this movie lies in the mother character, and she does not fall for the vampire.
I guess that's true. She doesn't fully vault.
It's sort of it's like a single mother getting her groove back type story.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in a paranormal decom.
Yeah, and definitely by the end, they sort of turned it. I know, like, during the film, during the watching, I was very skeptical of this movie turning this character evil. But then this character says, like, basically, he's like, I deserve this. Like, I took you out here. I deserve to date you.
Yeah.
And I was not on his side anymore.
Remember when he grabs the daughter and is like, I wanted your mother, but you'll make an excellent vampire princess.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So my bet came true 100%.
God. I don't remember my bet. I always don't remember my bet. I should start like writing it down or like going back and listening to the last episode before we start.
We should probably write them down.
That'd be a good idea. You do it right here in this Discord log. Just write them down.
Yeah, or just on our notes.
Yeah, or just anywhere.
Or just, remember it better.
That's true. That's true. It literally is just 1 week between.
Yeah, and it's like 2 things to keep track of.
Yeah, I think mine... Oh, God. Mine was probably like...
I think you thought the vampire was going to be a good guy.
No, I don't think that was my bet on it. I think I just sort of kind of assumed it was going to happen, and so I didn't even like dare bet on it because I knew it was going to happen. And boy, look at me now.
Boy, look at you now.
There's so basically like the plot of the movie centers around like the main character and his sister. Do you remember the name of the main character?
The main character was Adam.
Adam? Really?
It was Adam, yeah.
I did not pick up on that a single time. Adam. Anyways, so Adam gets like backstage passes to a cool thing. And his sister has a date on the weekend. And both of them get grounded. I think him for his grades and her because she made fun of his grades.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I don't get why the sister got grounded.
It felt very Ex Machina. Like she just got grounded because she needed to be.
I mean, if you think about it, a lot of the times that kids get grounded, it's sort of an Ex Machina.
It kind of is. Yeah, because like...
Parents Ex Machina.
Parents Ex Machina. Everything was going well, right? I gave little Billy a wedgie and everything was going fine. So my parent was like, "Oh, don't do that. That's mean." Mom Ex Machina.
Ding.
Ding.
Anytime your parent tells you to do something, you're just like, no parent is without sins.
Your parents are like, "Hey, what's a dab?" And you're like, ding. Your dad is like, "Hey, I feel like recently we really haven't connected and I'd love to sit down and talk sometime. Are you free?" Ding.
Ding.
Felt so forced. Ew. This isn't how families talk. Ding.
Ding. This isn't how my dad talks.
You're like in denial. You're not my dad. Ding. Yeah. Yes, I am.
Ding. Usually you give me more money than this. Ding. My allowance should be higher.
You told me we were gonna get a new car. Ding.
So they get grounded for pretty arbitrary reasons.
Yeah.
So they decide to look through the equivalent of the National Enquirer.
Yeah, and try and find a date for
their mother.
It's like a National Enquirer for cryptid hunters, basically.
Yeah, it's like.
But he says
they're emailing Bat Boy.
Yeah. And he goes like, come on, this is the 21st century.
Yeah, this is very clearly the first movie written in the year 2000.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, it's the future now. We gotta say this is the 21st century. Adam, by the way, Adam is like, I don't know if we talked about it, but Adam is like a real sassy kid.
He's kind of... He does that thing where he talks technically.
Yeah.
He uses a lot of big words and tries to sound really smart.
Yeah.
And talks very matter of fact.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the while being... Yeah, there's a sequence, when he's about to get grounded, he's like, how about this?
Hypothetically,
how about this? I get grounded for a whole week. The whole week. And, no video games, no, just homework 24/7. And it starts on Sunday instead of today. And his mom's like, no, you're going to get grounded today. lot of that sort of stuff. And so they're looking through the newspaper to try and find somebody for their parent to date, for their mom to date, because they want to have her leave and sort of big brain play around her leaving to go to their respective things. And so they find a listing in the newspaper where this guy's like, I love long walks in the moonlight, but I hate Italian food. And what was the other one? What was the other one that he hates?
What was the other one?
He hates Italian food and...
I only remember the Italian food thing.
Yeah, because later they're at like looking... Yeah, we'll get to that later. It comes up later. I think both of them do, but I only remember the Italian food one.
He just says he doesn't want garlic bread. That's the only way it comes up.
Yeah, and he gets really mad. Gets really mad. He's like, no garlic bread.
No garlic bread.
That's me when I'm on a diet. Right? Amen.
Very, very good one, Evan. Very
Thank
cool.
you. Can I try another one? A sort of alternate universe one? Man, if my date said that when I was at Olive Garden, I would break up with them and go home.
I would kill her.
I would force the garlic bread into her mouth and let her die. 'Cause
I would let her die.
That's no good. That's no good. You must like garlic bread. That's relatable for me. That's the tea that I was drinking.
What universe does this take place in? You said this was alternate universe.
No, the alternate universe is a universe in which I said that one first instead.
Oh.
That's the only thing that's different.
It's just the universe where you tell a different joke.
Exactly. It's an alternate AU. This is my Decomcast AU.
Oh, man.
Where Evan is slightly different.
A more hateful Evan.
Yeah, an Evan who is a murderer, honestly, which is very fitting for Halloween, I think.
It would be incredible to do this podcast if you had murdered someone.
Yeah, it would be like making a murderer, but it would be like reviewing with a murderer.
Yeah. Clip this when Evan inevitably kills me for some reason.
It'll be funny because it'll be like I guess if you're dead, we can't continue the podcast, right?
I mean, you can.
I would feel bad. Maybe I'll just like record both sides.
What, kill me and take my spot on your podcast?
Yeah, I'll just pitch.
That you're already on.
I'll just pitch shift my voice down a little bit.
I wonder how well that would work.
If you don't go too far and you sort of like while recording, you use a different vocal shape, you can sound like a different person.
That's
One
true.
time for a school project, I interviewed myself by widening my voice a little bit and then turning it down. It didn't work.
Huh.
I'd like to report it didn't work.
Didn't work. Got an F.
I did.
Failed. You're supposed to.
I did actually get an F on it.
Did you really?
Because I didn't follow the instructions.
Were you supposed to interview someone else and you just thought you could get away with that?
Well, it was supposed to. So.
Oh my God.
It was supposed to be a project about our history, and I didn't talk about my history at all.
Oh.
I instead talked about. I put voice lines from the Scout on top of stock footage of a pigeon.
How did you do that? How did you interpret the assignment as that would be okay?
Well, so it was supposed to be like I presented it, and everybody in the class was like, "So is this about you because like this is like sort of things that you do and like you know you're kind of quirky and so this is kind of quirky?" And every single time somebody threw me a line, I would take it and throw it away and go, "No, I just wanted to make it." It was the last project of middle school, and I had gotten I was so straight A's. I wanted to cut off the deep end a little bit, just for once, kick off my shoes, try it out.
Wow, that is
get a D for once instead of an A.
I can't believe that.
They're
Like, I've seen this video. I had no idea that was the story.
Oh,
behind
really?
it.
Yeah, yeah, I just wanted to make the video. I think it's actually still up on my YouTube channel.
It might be. Yeah.
I just wanted to make the video, and so I did. There's a voice at the start, and I think it's very obviously me. You'll hear it. But yeah, it was for a school project, and I got a solid D on it. And guess what?
Nice. You got a solid D.
Oh, bro. Bro.
Dude, it sounds like a penis.
It's like a penis, dude.
Imagine if you did a test, and when you got it back, instead of a letter grade, it was just a drawn penis in red pen with a circle around it.
And is that like, is the amount of flaccidity the score, or?
No, just having a penis drawn on your test is how little your teacher thinks of you.
Oh, I see. It's sort of like they're flipping you the bird, but with like.
Yeah.
But it's much easier to. Can you imagine?
It's like they can tell that you didn't try at all, so they're not even going to give you a letter grade. It's just a dick.
It's just a drawn penis. Could you get in trouble for that? You could probably get in trouble for that, right?
For drawing a penis on a child's test at a school?
Yeah. But, boy, would it be funny and worth it. You could post it on Reddit for
Damn,
so
it would
many.
be so worth it.
You could post it on Reddit for so many internet points.
I should become a teacher just so I can do that. Just once.
You should become a teacher so you could get, like, infinite karma on Reddit.
I don't use Reddit.
Well, yeah, but, like, you will once you become a teacher.
I have no need for Reddit upvotes and karma, Evan.
Well, Reddit thinks you do. They've turned it into a social network where you can follow people.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You know the platform where everybody was anonymous and the points didn't really matter, so people would just post things that were interesting and not try to game the system? Yeah, now there's followers and awards, and you can get money.
You were
from
never
posts.
anonymous.
It was never.
Like, you could click on... If somebody posted something, you'd click on their name and see everything else they posted.
Yeah, but it was less of like a social network and more like a submission sort of thing. Like, it wasn't like I'm posting this... Yeah, it's a different direction, right? Because on other places...
It was closer to a forum
than a social network. Yeah,
media.
like on a forum,
Yeah.
you know people and stuff like that, but you don't necessarily like care about them as like an influencer type person, you know? Like they posted on your posts and you
that's
post on their
true.
posts. But like Reddit was like, yeah, what if we just like made you be able to follow users and stuff like that? I don't get it. It's weird.
It's the commodification of social connection that's destroying society.
I mean, Google, every single time I visit somewhere, says, you're popular. Why don't you post about the place you just visited and tell us what you thought and post a picture?
Yeah, all that shit is so scummy.
Scummy.
It honestly disgusts me to see stuff like that happening.
Like the Google Local Guides Award that they give out. It's so weird because it's getting free labor from people by telling them they're special.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. I hate it.
Not even that, like just the entire concept of Instagram
Yeah.
repulses me.
Yeah. I haven't used it much. Say that.
Yeah, I hate like influencers and content creators with a burning passion. You know?
I mean, I agree with you on so many levels, but under some definitions, I think that would mean I hate myself.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay. I'm already there anyway. So, I'm just going to go out and say it. I don't think what we're doing should count.
Yeah.
I think if you're listening to this, this is just entertainment.
Right, I don't think anybody's listening to this because they want our like
don't care about me.
Yeah. No, I think it's the interaction between the two of us that really brings people in, I think. Hopefully somebody's not just like gonna start standing one of the two of us.
Oh man.
Right, imagines about you. God, can you imagine?
If you're gonna do that, do it to Evan, please.
No, please don't. Hey, if you're gonna do it to the ghost horse.
Do it to Sam.
Yeah, all of them. Were they all
Right,
named
Sam imagines.
Sam imagines. Yeah, the the cinematographer we visited a couple episodes ago.
So let's talk more about the real, like, idea behind this movie, which is a single mother who's lost confidence in herself, goes on a date with a man who ends up being a vampire, but she doesn't actually fall in love with him on the date. She finds herself again and begins to love herself.
Yeah, which is empowering. I think that's a cool thing.
It's confusing. She's a country singer for some reason.
Yeah. There's a part where she's at this
rockabilly bar.
Yeah, rockabilly bar, and they recognize her and bring her up on stage, and she starts singing. What? What? And then
it's so confusing. They don't recognize her. Her son goes on stage and says, "Hey,
I missed
that's
that.
the lead singer of that band."
Holy!
And they're like, "Oh, you're okay." And then they invite her up.
Wait. I totally missed that. Why would he do that?
Because he's trying to get her away from the vampire guy so that he can get the vampire guy kicked out.
Right.
But the idea that they don't know who she is,
and then he points
but they know
her out.
who the band is.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Oh, that's so weird. Oh God, it's getting really hot in this horse costume. I'm gonna have to take it off.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just be the right horse.
Okay.
Alone.
Yeah. I figured like it's audio, so people aren't gonna notice. And you can like totally just snip this part out, so people still think.
They're gonna hear you me clip clopping around. What do I have here that I could Foley a clip clop with?
This turned into a Foleying podcast. All right, I'm gonna take off the Velcro here.
Is there a Foley podcast?
I don't think there's a Foley podcast. Can you imagine, like an improvised Foley podcast?
Welcome to our new podcast, Folley Erect. This is a horse
good.
sound.
It's so good. It works so well. Folley Erect. This
is a belt I'm trying to make a horse sound with.
Because we're erecting fully? Whoa.
Yeah.
Bro, that's actually really good.
All I'm good at is coming up with names for podcasts.
All right, I'm taking a...
Does this sound like a horse? I don't think it does.
Oh, God. This is the fabric I'm taking. God. So they end up finding. So they're looking for the person to date, and the person they find is they got a really good email. They really nailed the email.
It was like Wolfbane at netherlink.com.
Yeah, Wolfbane at netherlink.com. Can you imagine if you got the domain name Netherlink and you didn't use it to make a funny Minecraft joke?
This was 2000. This is pre-Minecraft, dude. This is where they got the idea for Minecraft.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that Mr. Notch saw this movie and was like, Nether. Why does that sound so sick? Why does that sound so rad? I'm gonna make a game about Nether.
They also they make a joke about it later where the guy complains that the teenagers stole all the good vampire emails.
Which is so good.
Which is just so funny.
Because they're like Wolfsbane, really? And he's like, yeah, all the good ones were taken.
Just an adult man who's a vampire trying to get a vampire-themed email account, and they're all taken by teenagers role-playing as the Crow.
Which is so funny. Like, you can imagine he's like, all right, Goldfang. No, that one's taken.
Dracula2 at hotmail.com.
Damn it. Varnsing. Nobody's gonna have Varnsing. That's like from like way old history. Varnsing at AOL.com. Whoa! Somebody got to Varnsing before I did.
Somebody got Varnsing? I guess I have to be Wolfsbane.
Wolfsbane. Oh my god, it's so good.
It's actually not that bad.
No, it's a pretty good one. I mean, it does sort of rely on like the noun verb combination of wolf and bane. Like there's a lot of, I feel like a lot of like evil characters are like that. Like like a World of Warcraft last name where it's just like occupation and thing. Leaf
like
getter.
Bane for Batman.
Bane. Bane. Wolf's Bane? Wolf Bane is kind of cool. It's Bane, but he's a wolf. Batman.
Bane, but he's a wolf.
Wait.
And he's a big wolf for you.
I was about to try and figure out what Batman's persona would be, but it would just be a bat, wouldn't it?
No, do you remember Crypto the Superdog?
No.
The animated show about the dog from Superman's home planet?
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
Batman had a dog who was a German Shepherd.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who wore like a Batman costume.
That's so good. That's so good. Can you imagine a German Shepherd fighting crime?
Well, there was that one that killed ISIS.
Oh, right. All bad guys would be like, "Whoa, he's so cute," and then he pounce on them with his razor sharp claws and kill them.
You can make a movie about it called War Bud.
That one got me. That one really got me. Holy War Bud.
Or you could do Air Force Bud.
Air Force Bud. Nom Bud.
Nom Bud.
Oh, dude. If it was Rosebud.
It's the one where the dog goes sledding.
What's the worst Bud-related movie? Can you imagine?
Weed Bud.
Weed Bud.
It's a dog that gets high.
And that's it for an hour and a half. For its feature length amount of time, a dog gets high.
He's voiced by Seth Rogen.
Dude, it has to be. There's no character that smokes weed that isn't voiced by Seth Rogen, and you cannot prove me wrong on that.
All right, okay, this is important. What breeds of dogs smoke weed?
Oh, that's tough, isn't it?
Oh, really old basset hounds
Yeah,
do?
totally.
With the droopy eyes?
Obviously Huskies would.
You think Huskies would?
Yeah, dude, what else are they going to do?
They're too active.
Well, yeah, but they get a wired high. They don't get a chilled high.
Maybe, yeah, okay.
Dachshunds, they smoke weed for sure.
You think dachshunds smoke weed?
Oh yeah, dude.
Chihuahuas do?
Yeah, Chihuahuas probably do.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua, but they smoke weed.
Yo, that was already Beverly Hills Chihuahua. Did you watch it?
German Shepherds are straight edge.
I think that corgis do not smoke weed.
No.
And neither do Shibas.
Corgis are too lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shibas don't
No, they
either.
gotta-
Because they're Japanese and it's hard to get weed in Japan.
Right. I think all cats smoke weed.
All cats smoke
All
weed.
cats smoke.
The sequel to All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yep. All dogs go to heaven, and it's wonderful, wonderful sequel. All cats smoke weed. Can you imagine like a cat with the finger dexterity, the paw dexterity to pick up a weed and smoke it? Or does every cat do edibles? Is that what catnip is? Oh damn. They got it. They got to it before we did.
I was thinking more like a cat just climbing into a bong. Just their whole body going into a bong.
Yeah, if I fits, I sits. Just completely zonked out in a bong. Dude. Well, at least they're not fish who do cocaine, right?
Fish do cocaine.
Fish do cocaine.
What drugs could you do underwater?
That's a good question. What drugs can you do underwater? You could eat weed underwater.
Bongs are underwater.
Bongs are underwater. No, you need an air intake.
I'm basing all of my drug knowledge off of like Newgrounds animations of Mario doing drugs, by the way.
Oh man, and like Crash Bandicoot getting run over by Mario Kart characters. Yeah.
Mushrooms. You could do mushrooms underwater.
Can you?
You just eat them.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I was about to say you could do LSD in that same way. That's acid. Is acid LSD? Dude, this is
Yeah, it would fall apart in
right.
the
It
water.
would just sort of like cotton candy away, and then everybody in the pool would be
But
gone.
oh no. That's Adult Swim, baby.
Adult Swim is pouring the liquid form of that directly into a pool feeding tube.
I yell out Adult Swim as I pour a jug of PCP into the hot tub.
That's what they do at pools when they whistle for Adult Swim. They
That's
check
actually,
the bottom of pools.
you know how the water at Disneyland smells different? That's actually what they put in there is LSD.
It's the happiest place on earth for a reason. Statistically, for literally only that reason.
Speaking of Disney, we watched a movie
did.
about a vampire
We
made
did.
by the Disney Corporation.
We did? I don't remember this.
There was also a vampire hunter in the movie. Do you remember this character?
Oh my God! How did I forget about yes,
Malachi Van Helsing.
Malachi Van Helsing. They talked about him from the newspaper before. He was in the newspaper. He had like an article about him, sort of thing.
Right. In this newspaper that everyone thinks is fake, but everything from it in the movie is 100% real.
Right. Everybody's like, oh, it's just hogwash. It's just snake oil. Nothing in there is real. But, hey, it's all real.
You know, if this movie had like a few more scares in it, it would be a Goosebumps. It's very Goosebumpsy.
Absolutely. Yeah. There weren't any, like, jump scare or scary things. It was just like the antagonist of the movie was a vampire, I'd say.
Yeah, it was more the horror of what this man is going to do to their mother while
Right,
they're alone
right.
together, which is a
Yeah.
very real, scary thing.
Yeah, and then in like the 11th hour, there's sort of like this, scene where, he's being all scary and stuff like that, and there's sort of a time crunch. But other than that, I think it's very like spook free on the whole. It's got themes, but it's sort of spook free.
There were some pyrotechnical effects.
Yes, there were.
Malachi Van Helsing uses pyrotechnics to track the vampire.
Yeah, there's so many moments where he scares an onlooker by making fire appear on the ground in some way.
Yeah, and they're always like, "This is gonna help," and he's like, "Of course."
Of course, it's going to help. I'm Van Helsing. Do you know me?
Like he lights all of the footprints on fire at a car dealership, and
Yeah.
the car dealer is like, "Damn, I knew there was something wrong with that guy."
He bought a
Who
red
comes to
car.
Who comes to a car dealership at night, pays with only cash, and buys a red car?
Yeah, nobody's ever done that except for vampires.
I love that it's like, of course he bought a red car. He loves blood.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the guy was like, yeah, he bought a red car, and he goes, well, of course he bought a red car.
Like, I love cheeseburgers. I'm not gonna buy a brown car because I love to eat cheeseburgers.
Right. Like, I love water. I'm not gonna buy a transparent car because of my love of.
I would buy a transparent car.
If anything, if I like loved blood and didn't want people to know that I loved blood because they would be fearful of me, I would not buy a red car.
I don't think anyone has ever seen a red car and thought of blood.
No, I agree. I think they see a red car and they go, nice car.
They go, damn, that's a red car.
Cool car, dude. Dang.
Cool red car.
You
They
must
think it
have
goes
money.
faster because it's red.
Well, it does.
Because it runs on blood.
Right. That's what he needs the blood for. He's just short on cash that month, and so he needs gas money, so he gets blood.
Did we mention that when he gets the email, it's shown that his computer is literally right next to his coffin?
Oh my god, this is like the most like let's modernize old things ever. He's like the email gets sent and we see a computer and a sort of like animation of a very wavy envelope flies up onto the screen and opens up, and it's the message that they just sent. And then the camera starts to move back, and it cuts back, and we see this coffin, and we see a guy raise up out of the coffin, and there's just like a regular ass MacBook sitting next to his coffin.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
It's sitting on a desk next to his coffin with no chair.
No, yeah, so he does his work from his coffin.
His room is coffin in the center, desk immediately next to it with a computer on it, and a fireplace.
Yeah.
And that's the whole bedroom.
Yeah, there's not like anything. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny. They put everything they needed to have in there, and that's it.
Yeah. He's a minimalist vampire.
He's like, I don't need a coffin and a chair. I can just do both of them at once.
It's a futon coffin.
Marie Kondo,
folds out into
your
like a
Venetian
sofa.
mansion, your haunted house.
It was a really empty house because they explore it a little bit.
Yeah,
in
it was
the
very
later part of the movie.
Yeah, very empty house.
very bare bones. This movie.
Yeah, he went through and touched a bunch of stuff, and if it gave him fear, he would keep it. But otherwise, he would throw things out.
If it was red and reminded him of blood, he kept it.
It worked well to keep a theme throughout the house. Lots of red stuff in the house.
Did this movie feel more expensive to you?
Kind of. I mean, I think it might have just been because it had pyrotechnical effects.
But there was way more scene changes.
There was a lot of sets. There was a lot of different locations over the course of the movie. And there was like a lot of good, but there was a lot of costumes.
There's a lot of really good costumes that Evan really loved.
Mm-hmm. Now everybody knows I like costuming.
Oh.
Now I look like a nerd on the internet.
Damn, dude.
Everybody's gonna frown at me when I say I like costumes.
It's true. People on the internet are gonna cyberbully you for liking something.
Yeah, they're gonna think I'm a cosplayer.
Are you not?
No, I'm not a cosplayer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can edit it out if you want.
Just
I didn't know this would affect you so much.
Replace the word with something you say. Everybody's gonna think I like cheeseburgers.
Blood.
I don't like cosplay. I can say that for a fact. I don't. Yeah.
I just made you say I don't like cosplay.
I don't. Yeah. Just like, yeah. I could say for a fact I don't like
cosplay.
I don't get me right. I like cosplay.
Right. You just don't like cosplay.
I just don't like. I'm just not a costumer. Because now, the more I goof on this, more I'm digging myself into a weird hole. It's a goof. Don't need to explain it.
I like it. I like it when you dig yourself into a hole. It's one of my favorite
It happens
parts.
at least once per episode around the 45-minute mark.
Let's keep digging.
All right.
So, Evan, what did you think of what Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire?
I'll give it a 6.
Really?
Maybe itching towards a 5 more, but
You gonna give it a Fantano score, like a strong 5 to a light 6?
well, I'd like to discuss the fact that the vampire hunter character is just so creepy. They do not do a good job. He feels very like White Knight, sort of like, oh, like I will save you from this evil villain, and he.
I didn't get that vibe at all from him.
You agreed with me saying that he felt very much like the director of Cool Cat Saves the World.
Oh, I meant like he just looks like that guy.
He looks like that guy, and he has the exact same acting style as that guy, Derek Savage.
Yeah, I thought his character was really underwritten and boring.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
I didn't really get any sense of anything.
It
from
felt
him.
a lot like the writers were just writing to make us see. It felt like the writers were trying to make us impressed. He would just say cool things and be like,
He was sort of like really just like an object of desire or a prize for the mom to win at the end.
yeah, and it wasn't really good at that even.
No, but like his whole character was sort of just to be there
Yeah.
and like kind of cool.
Yeah, because did he really? I mean, I guess at the end of the movie, he busts in and is like, "No, don't kill them."
Yeah, he rivets the coffin shut and kills the vampire.
Right, but like the youngest is the one who actually does anything, right? No, who's the one who actually gets? It's the mom. The mom snaps out of her daze and then pushes him into the coffin. That's what happens.
I thought that was the kids.
No, because the kids are.
The little kid stands up to
Yeah, the
him.
little kid is like, you're nothing. You're an idiot. And he's like, I'm a vampire.
He's got a wooden stake and he just hits him over the head with it.
There's a...
This movie would have been so raw if that kid stabbed the vampire. They would have ruled. So I'm going to give it a 4.
Give it a 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I hated
Yeah.
this.
I-
It was not. I didn't
I'm
like
gonna
it.
move mine to a 5 just for the part where Wolfbane puppet morphs into a bat.
Okay, wait, hold on. I might move mine to a 5 because of that.
I've not stopped thinking about that.
It was so good.
So he's like walking outside, and then he like looks up, and the youngest Taylor is watching him, and he like looks up to the sky, freezes, like he goes freeze frame, and just sort of like morphs into a bat, like a full like standing like half human sized bat. Oh,
But no, it's a regular size bat.
no, it's like a big bat.
But no, at the end it's a normal bat. But the transformation, he's still human sized.
Yeah, exactly. There's also the part where there's like a kid who sneaks just literal bags of sugar into the cart.
That's true. He tries to buy a bunch of sugar at the grocery store to eat.
Yeah, because kids like sugar.
They're there to buy chocolate chips as well. Like that's the goal of their trip is chocolate chips, and he's like trying to buy 7 bags of sugar.
They always say that your characters need a want and a need, and this character wants and needs sugar in the body.
Show don't tell how much sugar he wants.
By showing the kid just like going ham wild taking the sugar from the shelf into the cart. Like, what is the end goal there? Is it just to like eat sugar by the spoonful?
Yeah. I think that's a thing kids used to do in the 50s, like before candy existed.
Right, before you could like...
So the like boomer writers of this remember them as kids doing that.
You remember? Did you ever like have a cookie jar? Like a jar in which cookies were constantly being made and put into.
Constantly, no.
Jimmy Neutron did.
Jimmy. Damn, dude, you're right.
And that's so crazy to me. Can you imagine? That's so whack. It's like people like always when I was a kid be like, he's got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, or like, he's trying to sneak cookies from the cookie jar. Man, mine was like, it was like every once in a while during Christmas there would be like cookies. It wasn't like a consistent thing that it would be like, oh, got caught stealing from the cookie jar again. Dang, oh dang.
Man, dude, when I have kids, we're gonna have a cookie jar. That shit's gonna be full of cookies. Hell yeah.
And in around Halloween, those little unwrapped Snickers.
I don't like Snickers.
Okay, the unwrapped Twix bars.
Perfect.
And
I love a good Twix.
Love a good twist.
So, do you know what the next one is?
Here's our twist. It's the next movie.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I know what it is. But do you? I mean,
well, okay.
Oh, do you want me to say it?
Yeah, why don't you read the plot synopsis?
Okay, yeah. So, all right, let me grab my phone for the plot synopsis. Okay, here it is. Young boy Georgie lives with his dad with his dad and his 2 sisters, and everything goes awry when he figures out that he's actually been a floppy disk the whole time. Oh, that's weird.
What's the title of this movie? It's
called Floppy and Free. And it stars our good friend Epstein.
Oh no.
Not Jeffrey. Not Jeffrey. The other one that was also in this movie.
No, sadly, it's Phantom of the Megaplex.
Oh, this is the Phantom of the Opera.
Do you think we're going to be able to get through an episode of this without mentioning Jeffrey Epstein?
No, not if they keep casting his child.
His son, Mark Epstein. Investigate Mark Epstein. That's all I'll say.
All right, do you want to read the plot synopsis? Actually, why don't we read the plot synopsis of Phantom of the Opera and just find and replace opera with Megaplex?
Okay, sure. Why don't you do that?
Sure. Yo, wait. Dude, Phantom of the Opera.
I bet you that already exists.
But like PHAN. Like
oh, yes.
Like Dan and Fan.
Dan and Fan.
Okay. Boy, it's really not giving me a summary. There it is.
Yeah, you have to go to the movie.
Oh my god, it's so long. Okay,
It's not that long.
Phantom of the Opera movie.
2004.
Yeah, the 2004 one. All right, ready?
Go for it.
From his hideout beneath a 19th century Paris megaplex, the brooding phantom Gerard Butler schemes to get closer to a vocalist, Christine Day. The phantom, wearing a mask to hide a congenial disfigurement, strong-arms management into giving the budding starlet key roles, but Christine instead falls for arts benefactor Raoul. Terrified at the notion of her absence, the phantom enacts a plan to keep Christine by his side, while Raoul tries to foil the scheme.
Okay, so I read the real plot synopsis while you were doing that.
Uh-huh.
I think it has almost nothing to do with it.
Wait, why would they call... Really? Why would they call it Phantom of the... What?
I think it's just a cute name.
Well, okay.
Actually, no, wait. I scrolled a little bit. There's a guy wearing a mask in some of the pictures.
Oh, is it really? It's probably going to be like a kidified version where it's not like all about love. It's about like saving the megaplex.
Yeah, so there's like a big movie premiere going on at the Megaplex and the equipment starts to malfunction.
Oh.
The main character of this is 17.
Oh, wow. That's...
Which is a weird age.
Yeah, trend's old for Disney movies here.
Because we've had these where they're adults and where they're like young high school kids.
Right.
Like middle school to
high school.
Early high school.
Yeah. Like before...
This is the first one where it's
like, either 13, middle school to high school, or adult.
Yeah. Or an adult man.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to bet on this one? You got any bets?
I do. My bet on this one is that the character wearing the mask is going to sing.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if it's like a full song, just at one point, as a callback or not, sing.
Do you think they're going to reference Phantom of the Opera directly? It's like, this is just like Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, you mean like they'll say the name of the movie and be like, this is kind of like a Phantom of the Megaplex.
Yeah. Oh god, they might do that.
Might almost. I'm gonna go full in on that. I'm gonna say yeah, absolutely, they're gonna do that.
Do you think there's going to be an actual famous celebrity in this movie, like playing themselves? Or is it going to be like made up celebrities?
Oh, like in the movie?
Yeah, because it says there's a premiere going on at his Megaplex where a bunch of famous people will show up.
Oh, no, I'm going to say almost certainly no. It's like fake famous people. They're
fake famous people? Okay. I'm going to say there's going to be one.
Okay.
And it's not going to be that big.
Can I change my bet? Not my bet, but like I'm going to say that it's not that there's nobody, it's that there's Disney Channel stars. And those are the famous people.
Ooh, that's good. Shia LaBeouf shows up.
Yeah, it's going to be like Shia LaBeouf. It's going to be like Sweet Life on Deck.
I like that.
I guess that wasn't 2000, was it? Maybe barely. But I'm thinking more like...
No, Sweet Life was like mid-2000s.
It'll be like Lizzie McGuire sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Can you imagine... Like if Lizzie McGuire's in world, like Lizzie McGuire, and then somebody's like, "Oh, you're from that really good TV show."
Oh no! Like there's a meta layer
where
to
Disney's
it.
just like patting themselves on the back.
God, that would be insane.
That'd be so good. And you know what else?
Oh, what if the premiere is like a different decon?
like when that one movie was showing Brink. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's going to be what it is. It's just going to be like whatever the most popular of the previous 4 decoms.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be so good.
What if it was like preview Halloween Town 2? It's like a premiere.
It's like Xenon the Sequel.
Yeah, Xenon the Sequel being premiered within canon of this world.
That would be insane.
And like right before there's a huge character reveal, that's when the equipment starts malfunctioning.
Okay. I like that a lot.
Oh my god.
I hope that's true.
Like right before it gets to a spoiler part. Dude, that's how they should do all movies. Can you imagine like they're doing like Deadpool 3 Comic-Con reveal trailer and right before Deadpool's like, "Yeah, well, I'm actually like my real identity is and then it like cuts off and like, aw dang, and the Ryan Reynolds gets on stage. I guess the power went out. Guess you guys will never know.
I was thinking more like in Deadpool 3, he's just watching the new X-Men movie that's not out yet.
That's so much better. Can you? Ooh. Here's a good one. Can you imagine in Joker they were playing Suicide Squad 2? I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
Oh my
right?
God. So we haven't seen Joker, but it would be incredible if his inspiration for becoming the Joker is the 2016 Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. He's like the movie starts. Okay, this is I haven't seen Joker, but this is what I assume happens, okay? So the movie starts and we see the beginning.
These are bets for Joker.
Bet on it. Joker 2019. Okay, so the movie starts and it's like a close-up on just the TV, but you can't quite tell it's a TV until it starts to move away, which happens later. But it's just the beginning of Suicide Squad, and everybody goes, "Aww."
Oh, they
tricked us into watching Suicide Squad again. They didn't actually make Joker. And then the camera moves out and turns around, and you see the actor, whoever the actor is that plays Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Sitting there without his Joker makeup on. And he's like...
And a light bulb goes off over his head.
Yeah, a real light bulb on set prop. They turn it on. And he goes, wait a second. What if I did that in the real world?
Hang on a second. What if I was the Joker, but for real?
I don't want the Jared Leto Joker. I want my own Joker. And I do believe at one point in the movie he meets Jared Leto, and Jared Leto goes, "Oh, so you actually are Joker. That's cool." I was just fake Joker.
Jared Leto passes the Joker torch to him.
He's like, I was just acting Joker, but like now you are the acting Joker.
Young Joker.
Joker Jr. It's like the Joker movie, but kidified for Disney Channel.
Oh man, a kid's Joker.
Dude, can you imagine a Disney Plus series? Or even like Amazon Prime would absolutely pick up Joker Jr.
Joker Jr. Would it be for kids, or would it be like a kid show for adults? Like it would be about. It would be
kids. It would be sort of like animated, like a kids show, and then it would be like really edgy, and people would be like, "That's so cool, that's so clever." Like a
Comedy Central animated show, like drawn together.
Exactly. But it would be like Amazon Prime original. They're trying to like get into a new market.
Brought to you by the creators of Rick and Morty, Joker Jr. New animated series.
It's not Justin Roiland or the other one,
nope.
Dan Harmon.
Nope.
It's just one of the writers who wrote on 2 episodes.
And they're the 2 episodes that you don't like.
Here they are. This is the one. This is the other. And they're the 2 bad episodes.
It looks exactly like Big Mouth. Big Mouth Joker.
Oh, you're Big Mouth Joker.
You want to know how I got this big mouth?
There would be like a bunch of like sex jokes, and everybody would be like, "That's so edgy, dude. How did they get this on? Like, they make it look like a kids show. That's so cool."
We'd all be clapping. We would all be clapping.
And everybody clapped, and everybody grew up to be Albert Einstein.
Young Joker grows up to be Albert Einstein.
and that supervillain, he grew up to be Albert Einstein.
I think that's good.
Oh my god. Yep. I agree.
Do you want to plug anything?
Yeah, I would love to plug this show. So if you're sitting anywhere in public, why don't you just tap the shoulder person next to you? Say,
unplug your headphones right now. Turn the volume all the way up.
Turn the volume all the way up. Hey everybody! Yo! Listen to Decomcast. It's really funny. Please, we want you to listen to it. You'll love it very much.
This is not a cry for help from the person who did this. This is just advertising.
Yeah, this is an advertisement for the show in another This is like a big name podcast. This is the Joe Rogan podcast right now, but this is like a part of the podcast where they're talking. I'm talking. It's like an ad in the podcast where I'm talking about Decomcast. You'll love it. Please watch it.
What if we did a podcast that was only ads?
Oh,
like it's 30 seconds long and it's only in other people's podcasts.
Oh, I see. So we buy space in other people's podcasts, and we're like 30 seconds at a time reviewing, I don't know, Boss Baby.
Yeah, Or just like
And
it's a news podcast that lasts for 30 seconds in the middle of someone else's podcast.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's like, yo, hey, what's up? How's it going? Thanks so much for stopping by. Here's what happened recently. This episode's sponsored by Audible. Okay, bye.
Use Audible promo code, and then it just cuts off.
Oh no, Duncan, we forgot to tell people what the podcast was about when we did our like grassroots advertising.
It doesn't matter.
Unplug your headphones again. It's like a funny podcast. Oh, this is like the same people from earlier, in case you missed it. This is a podcast about Disney Channel original movies. It's really funny. We talk about movies, but most of the time we talk about other stuff.
It's really unique. We review bad movies.
Yeah, nobody's ever done it before, and like you'll love it. Just take a look. Take a look. Okay, you can put your headphones back in.
Yeah, but you can take them out because it's over now.
敵が回復リスト毒で痛いよ